You will need to wait until IPIT declassifies it. In other words, they review their decision and they come to that conclusion. When there was a question from Parliament on the classification, which was mistakenly assumed to be me who had done that, I actually took the question, went to IPIT to say, did you classify? What were the reasons? I'm facing a question in Parliament, and they told me that it is them, independent of the minister, and some of the reasons they touted were other parallel investigations that were going on in relation to Phala Phala, and therefore they then classified for that reason until they come to another conclusion, maybe at the conclusion of some criminal cases that were going on under another entity that time.
Thank you, Minister. So I would be correct then, based on what you said, if I was to advise Honorable Skosana that if he is looking for information about an IPID report that does not investigate the president, despite his repeated assurances to that regard, he has to approach IPID for the classification of the report.
That's correct, Honorable.
Thank you. So I trust that will bring the matter to a close, Honorable Skosana on Phala Phala.
Chair, singabantu Chair, mele sibonge Chair. Siyabonga mamdikuzamile ukumdefend uMinister ongizophinda futhi. Sorry.
Honorable Shongwe, I agree, you know how much I love you and how much I respect you.
Don't take my 10
You know
minutes.
that. And I have assured you that there is at no time where we will deny you an opportunity to speak. So when you raise your hand, the chair will gladly recognize you. Like I do now, Honorable Sanguni has completed the part that she wanted to, and I saw that your hand was up. I now allow you to speak.
Thank you, Chair. No, Chair, kuyisinto ukuthi umuntu mayenza kahle sibonge. So umkhonto wesizwe Chair besicela ukubonga kumamkhusela ukuthi awuzamile umdefend uMinister. Kodwa sazombuza ke imibuzo ngoba iPhala Phala leli miningi imizi egcekeziwe emalokishini awaclassifyanga ama-document walawo ama-docket walawo mizi le egcekeziwe. Sisazoyixoxa ngoba ireporta kuyi-IPID. Siyabonga mamkhusela ne-ANC edefend uMinister. Inkosi ibusise. Amen.
Do you want to comment on the message of gratitude?
No, it's a pleasure, Honorable Chairperson. As the ANC, we will continue to seek to educate Konto Wesizwe, as they call us ngabantu bakwagogo. So we're happy to educate them on how these things work. Thank you, Chair.
I see the hand of Honorable Nomvalo is up.
Yeah, no, Chair. Can members of this committee be protected? And not, Chair, please don't allow their names to be wrongfully cited in a line of questioning. If we want to maintain the decorum of this meeting, I think it's important that we comply with the highest principles of discipline and not allow members to just throw in names unnecessarily so and unprovoked of one of honorable members in this committee. I thought you are going to protect us against what Honorable...
what has been said, Honorable Nomvar?
And two, we don't need to be educated by the ANC. They don't qualify to educate us. And they will never qualify. We don't need to be educated. If anything, it's us who must educate them on how to run a country without being engulfed by corruption. They need to be protected, to be educated by us. This country is in turmoil because of them. So, Chair, please protect us, because if you allow them to degenerate, we are also going to degenerate. We can't degenerate, but because we respect your stewardship as the Chair, and we respect members of this committee, We choose not to degenerate. So can we not be drawn to such? Please.
I want to hear from you. What is the part that you want corrected?
No, he must not throw the name of Skosana in her line of questioning. It's unnecessary, Chair. To say to a witness, if I tell Skosana this, will I be correct? This is not about individuals.
Okay. So what you are saying is that instead of being specific, she could just have said, honorable member.
No, Chair. As we ask questions here, people must not take notes of what we're asking and want to use our names unnecessarily so in their line of questioning. He can ask a question without mentioning Skosana and without being sarcastic, because she was sarcastic by saying, if I tell Skosana this, would I be correct? What is that?
Okay. Honorable Matthys.
Mine is just on clarity, Chair, so we don't want to leave the nation misunderstood about our terms of reference, as Honourable Member has said. On 3.5 and 3.6 of our terms of reference, it covers, if we want to bring in Phala, we can bring in Phala because the broader scope of what we're doing, I've just lost these terms of reference, speaks to us investigating the broader corruption within the justice system. And if Phala, Honourable Member, falls under that, we are allowed to bring that to the committee and for us to investigate that as well. And also in terms of us declassifying documents, it does not need the MKP to go and declassify the Phala report. We can make that decision here as a committee to have that done if it's going to serve the purpose of it. So it was just about clarification before the nation is misled by the GNU. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Malema.
No, on 2 points, Chair. It will be disingenuous and anti-democratic principles not to make reference to an honorable member who made a point that you think it is differently put and therefore more clarity is sought. So there is nothing wrong with what Honorable Sangoni does. In the principles of debates, the best option for your name not to be called again is to keep quiet. If you are sensitive like that, keep quiet. But if you are going to open your mouth, you must know a reference is going to be made to that opened mouth, especially if it gets opened and say a lot of nothing. So there is nothing wrong with points of engagements and done in a very respectful way, where Honorable Sangon waited for a turn. She could have come in even at that time. She decided, no, I'm not going to come in at that time. I'll wait for my turn. So what is that? That is, you must not be scared of the highest stage of engagement. And that is Parliament. That's where we are now. And then the second point is, in terms of 3.5 of our terms of reference and 3.6, actually I must read them. Establish whether any wrongdoing, corruption, or breach of conduct have occurred within SAPS or any other relevant institution as outlined in the revelation. Assess the adequacy of internal mechanism for dealing with corruption, misconduct, and poor management within the SAPS, within the Ministry of... So if there is corruption that is being done at IPID, and amongst other things, the corruption of sealing Phala, we are well within our rights to raise it here. And the minister can answer for himself. So Honorable Skosana is not outside the terms of reference of this ad hoc committee, and therefore there is nothing wrong with what he said about Phala. We think and we hold a view, some of us, that Phala at IPID was wrongly classified, because we find no justification why Phala is classified. Police who were investigating Phala ended up being investigated by IPID because someone reported them at IPID that these police were favoring the president. And before all of them were equal. Therefore, we want IPID to investigate the conduct of these police who are protecting the president. Whether you like it or not, Phala Phala is the president. It's Honorable Cyril Ramaphosa. It's a synonym for Honorable Cyril Ramaphosa. So it doesn't matter how people want to put it. So we are well within our right, Chair, and that right must be protected, and society must not be misled that people who speak about Phala Phala here, they are outside the terms of reference. And the good thing with terms of reference, the constitution or the law, is very important that every time when you speak about it, make reference to it, because you might think you know it, only to find that you don't know it. It's like Bible. A lot of you think you know Bible and you end up saying wrong things because you had those pastors who are feeding people petrol, saying the same things, and you come here and repeat those things without having read the Bible. Thanks.
Honorable Chief Whip. No,
thanks, Chair.
I'm aware the clock has stopped.
Yeah.
Honorable Sangoni must not be worried.
No, thanks, Chair. I think the earlier intervention made by Honorable Malema is quite correct. Throughout our sessions, I mean, right from the inception, we have made references, and I will when I ask questions to the minister later on. We have been making references to questions that were posed by either the senior counsel or any one of our members. So that practice is correct, and I don't think that we should change it. Where I think, on the second intervention, where I think we probably running a risk that colleagues did not understand the context within which Honorable Sangoni was raising the issue. Over a period of time, on many occasions in this platform, the insinuation has been made that the classification of the Phala Phala report was at the instance or at the behest of the minister. References have been made, if you go to our records in this ad hoc committee, that the minister somehow had a hand on that issue. As a consequence of which, in one of our hearings, one of the witnesses was asked a direct question, I can't remember which of the generals, who has the authority to classify the report? And the answer was that the only person who can classify the report is the primary author of the report. Now, when Honorable Sangoni is raising the question, of course, she may have jokingly then made references, which is what I suppose has also made the MKP not to be comfortable. She may have been very, very casual in terms of how she refers to Honorable Skhosana. But the fundamental issue is that nobody is saying a discussion on the Phala Phala question, in whatever way it arises in this meeting, is a violation of our terms of references. But we would like you to appreciate the context within which she posed the question to the minister, because that has got to do with our history as opposed to what has actually happened today. I thought it's important to clarify that, because I don't think there's a fundamental difference between what Honorable Malema is saying and his understanding with what Honorable Sangoni was saying. The question is the context within which she raises the question, given our history with this matter. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Honorable Skhosana.
Ngithokoze Mgcinisihlalo. It is unfortunate that, in fact, let me put it this way, it's not unfortunate. It was obvious. I serve in the Police Portfolio Committee. I'm not parachuted. For the last, since I came into Parliament, I understand much better than what Honorable Member Sangoni was trying to educate me. There's nothing he can educate me about. iPad, IDEC, and whatever institution which we deals with. You know? Now, the issue, I'm not going to play with some semantics here. I can do that if I want to be naughty. But I was naughty during those years when I was young. Now, the minister is not a zombie unless they want to turn him into a zombie. The minister answered me on the day. He answered me. She doesn't need he doesn't need an advocate or an SC here. Now, if somebody wants to attack me indirectly, I'm straight. Straight, I'm not, I don't fear anything in my life. Now, let's not do that. The decorum which my colleague was talking about, we want to maintain that. Now, if the honorable member is uncomfortable, I don't belong to the factions of the ANC. I don't belong to any factions. I know it's a very sensitive matter for the minister. And I feel pity for Honorable Sangweni, because we're still going to ask the minister here. And other members who are coming, employees of the ANC. And we are not here playing party politics. Let him present her own story here. Ask her own question. I'm not going to interfere. Even if he says iPad or IP belongs to a Department of Justice, is fine. But I know, because I serve in that committee, I didn't remove anyone to come in here.
No, it's fine.
No one was removed. I'm here. I'm serving in that portfolio. I know the history. I know everything. I didn't come here to defend anybody or anyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Honorable Scosan. Honorable Nomvalo, you will be the last.
Yeah, no, Chair. I just wanted to make this point that we still maintain our position. And we are saying this to seek your guidance. We're not inviting opinions and sentiments about how sensitive we are and so on. Here we seek your guidance as the chairperson of this meeting to say, don't allow a situation where some members choose to be sarcastic and tell us that they are educating us, as if they qualify to educate us. They don't qualify to educate us. It's us who qualify to educate them, not the other way around. So, Chair, we are seeking for your guidance. We're not seeking for anyone's guidance except yours as a chairperson of this meeting. We can't allow the name of the MK party to be rubbished here. If people have got a problem with the MK party, they must raise that elsewhere. It's not us who said people must lose elections. It's not the MK, it's not us who said people must get 1% in KZN and be voted only by their girlfriends, their candidates, and not receive any votes from anyone. So they must not come and express their anger here in the ad hoc committee, because we can do that as well. There is no mouth here which speaks a lot of nothing. If there's anything that does a lot of nothing, is a nose that can't even control Mafinyela. Not a mouth that speaks a lot of nothing. Everything that we have spoken here as the MK party is in line with the terms of reference. It's in line with the terms of reference. Chair, if anything, we will never be bullied here. If people have been thriving through bullying, they are not going to bully us. We're not going to allow that. We're talking to you, we have no interest of talking to anyone about the guidance that we request from you and the protection that we request from you. So can we be protected, Chair? Because we will be tempted to respond.
Thank you so
For as long as they provoke us, we will respond.
Thank you so
Fearlessly so.
Honorable members, let me do this. Let me tell you,
No,
because
Chair.
I will give you a chance to speak. Let me
No,
say,
on a point of order, I just want to make one point very clear.
point of order.
You see, the problem is when you deal with anti-intellectuals.
No, but he is out of order. I'm
that
also
suffer
raising a
from
point of
rural
order, Chair.
imperialism.
I'm raising a point of order.
I'm
These are
ruling.
On a point
these are
of order,
small boys
Chairperson,
that
on a
have
point of
engaged-
order.
Have engaged their
On a
father.
point of order, Chair.
long before
Chair,
they
on a
arrived
point
here.
of order. On a point of order,
When they were still
Chairperson.
looking after
On a point
cows
of order, Chairperson.
in the villages
He
of
continues to
Mzimkhulu.
say nothing. He
I was
says a lot
dealing
of
with their
nothing.
father here.
He can't even
Yeah.
control Mafinyela.
They can't do anything.
He can't
Small
even
boys.
control Mafinyela.
Control
That's
your-
the only thing.
control your
That's-
weight.
We're going to speak, Chair, for as long as
Control
it
your
takes.
weight. At
We're
least
not going
control
to
your
be
weight.
bullied by Malema
And
here.
ri- and buy the
We're not
right
going
size
to be
of
bullied
clothes.
by you. We're not your boys. We're not
Control-
your fans here,
control your
Malema.
weight and
We
buy
are
the
not
right
your
size of
fans
clothes.
here.
Okay.
You think what these boys were carrying bags for you?
Okay.
That
We're
fed
not
is-
your fans
That
here.
fed is
We
going to
are
kill
not
you
your
in your
fans. We
sleep.
are going to confront you.
Honorable
We will
Malema.
confront you.
to kill
We
you
will
in your
confront you. We will confront you.
Honorable
We are not your
Malema,
fans here.
Honorable Nomvalo.
We're not your fans here.
Honorable members,
We're going to confront him.
May you please listen to me, honorable
We're going to
members.
confront him. We're not his fans.
I
We're not
request,
these boys who are carrying bags for him.
honorable members, I request.
Control your
We are not going to bully us.
Control
We are
your
not
weight.
going to
I
bully
request that
us,
you
Malema.
listen-
We're not
you
going to be
listen to
bullied
me.
by you. We'll never be bullied by you.
Honorable Nomvalo, you are the last person whose microphone is still on. You know, when I was at teaching, the session after lunch, we used to call it the graveyard session. And the experience now is the opposite of what I went through in my other life. This really cannot be the graveyard session. Let's do like this, honorable members. Number one, I want to tell you what belongs here and what does not belong here. Number one is that there is a statement which was made here that by the MKP. And the ruling that I make is that, yes, it is correct that honorable members can make reference to any statement that was made by a member during the proceedings. I don't think that Honorable Sangoni was wrong to have mentioned the name of Honorable Skosana, to say Honorable Skosana has asked a question about the classification of information by IPIT, answers which the minister a question to which the minister has responded. Number two, it is true that if honorable members want to probe or inquire about alleged corruption at Pala, if there has been, they will not be wrong in terms of the scope of the terms of reference that we have adopted. Those are the two issues that belong here to this meeting. Yesterday, I spoke to Honorable Skosana and said to him that once the referee blows a whistle, it means the referee has seen a misconduct that is not allowed in the pitch. And once the player who has been fouled reacts or remonstrates with the referee, that player also acts in common purpose. So I may not want to be thrown into how you conduct yourselves, but I want to remind you this. All along, I have been emphasizing this point that when we are here, we are in service of the people of South Africa. And I want to make this appeal once again to all of you, that let us not make the people of South Africa to know our parts, which we are not. The way they know us, let it always be how they know us, and not introduce to them the other sides which they have never known about us. Because that is how we keep the decorum of this parliament, and that is how we also keep our individual personalities intact. I mean, it's very, very unfortunate, Honorable Malema and Honorable Nomvalo, that it had to come to the point that it did, and for sure, I think that you should also be regretting that there could have been a way to deal with the matters that you strongly feel about than to have dealt it the way you did.